It's Tuesday, Tuesday, Tuesday. Turn up on it. Oh, no. You're right. You know what? Today's hump day. It's a Wednesday. It's a different day of the week, but we're here. You know what time it is. It's your boy, Black Lightning.
Kurt McGirt. Let's go.
It's time for the part time marks. We got some wrestling to recap, my guy.
Yeah, we got some Survivor Series and Raw. Let's get into it though.
Let's get into it. I'll see you in a minute. Kurt McGurk, what's going on this Wednesday night? Different night of the week.
Same old shit, you know what I'm saying? We here though.
Yeah, man, it's been like a week or two since I've seen you, but we had a lot of stuff happen within the last week, so I guess that's what's most important on catching up on.
Yeah, man, take us into it. What we got?
Man, you know what we got, man? We got the War Games pay per view. We finally been waiting for months. We was talking about War Games before SummerSlam. We just couldn't wait till we even got to this point. You know what I
I
mean?
mean,
So
we knew what was coming. We knew who
we
was
knew it
going to
was
be there.
coming. We had some surprises in the mix of that. I don't know. I don't think we were on, but we found out who the final members were finally. Oh no, we weren't on. So we found out who the final members were. Well, we found out the final member of the OG bloodline. We found out was definitely CM Punk, and that's what took us into War Games. But man, we started off War Games with the females.
Of course.
Yeah. Now, I'm just gonna, I'm a very opinionated guy, and I'm always outspoken on these women and certain things. Um, I was very disappointed this time.
It's
Um,
like it's a lot of the same spots with them every year.
it was a lot of the same spots, but I just think I felt like it was kind of rushed into, with the J not being a part of it,
Mm-hmm.
and I just think everything that they did rushing into it. I mean, you were kind of correct from the beginning when you was just like, why are these people tagged up with these people? You just did
It, it make no sense.
so you was already, and I was trying to make it make sense to you. I'm like, I mean, but then we got what we got, and
Yeah.
um, I don't know. I just you kind of knew they was gonna start the show with the war games, but it I felt like they maybe should have started with something different because we started with the board games, and I felt like the I thought we was in trouble from the gate. I'm not gonna lie to you. I hate and this hurt my soul this time, but I thought we was in trouble from the gate because they started off with Bailey and Nia Jax.
Mm-hmm.
So what you're telling me is you wanted to put, I feel like that's where you get all your hot spots out. So
Yeah.
you're gonna put somebody in there who moves around really slow with a
I,
vet,
I would have expected her to be one of the last ones.
and man, and you could tell why it should have been the last one. Nia, what happened? We've been so hot for the last couple months. The singles matches, bro. It was a slop fest.
Yeah, she should have been just as dominant in that case as Roman. Like, no, you
And
good.
and Bailey calling out the spots so loud. I I was all over them. I was just sitting here with my hands on my head, just like this, like what is going on for this first 5 minutes of the match. Like I just could not believe that's how we started. I'm not gonna say they dropped the ball. I seen all this stuff all over the internet. I'm not gonna say they dropped the ball, but it just wasn't a hot start for that. And it just felt like everybody, when it came to their time, they just nobody was in the right place because there was just so much confusion.
Yeah.
Um, I what I did notice is the people that they knew would get booed, they would come out and grab a weapon early just to bring the crowd back into it.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just like, ugh. I mean, but we had our MVPs of the match. You can't knock everything. I thought Rhea's ring attire for the match. I thought that was pretty awesome. Um, Candice LeRae, she pulled out like her old TNT bloody outfit. I don't know if
Yeah.
you. Um, I thought some of like the outfits were cool. Um, we did get our off the top cage spot from EO. We know she did the trash can thing before, but
All the time.
all the time. But I think it's like a trademark now.
Hey, I guess it's like the Kofi Rumble spot
You,
at
you
this
know
point.
so, you know it's gonna happen. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Even though she's doing the same thing, I think the
The
whole just
precision with the trash can on her is great though.
that's what I mean, bro. to to just put yourself in the darkness and just be like, I'm just gonna jump.
Yeah. On target.
On target every time. Everybody does their job. They catch her. You know what I mean? But it's definitely an insane jump. And then I mean, this time we got Tiffany Stratton doing the she did yes she did a flip off the top rope too at the same time.
Yeah.
It just kind of goes underrated because the trash can. You're in the darkness and you're putting a trash can over top of you. It's
I
it's
just
always going to be an amazing spot for me.
I just feel like this group of women didn't need to be in a war games match.
No, I
And
think we could have. Yeah, I think
we
we could have definitely
we
went
could have put the
around that.
Wyatts in there. We didn't need a just for the sake of having a women's war games is the reason why they did it. But fuck being fair, we could have put the Wyatts in Final Testament in the war games.
I know. I want more. I want more Survivor Series style matches.
Yeah.
I want the old school 4-on-4. I
Even
get
a
why they do.
even an elimination, they could have put them in an elimination. I would have took that over a war games.
Yeah, because maybe man, that's a great idea. I think.
And
I
you
think
can
they should.
fit that in the middle of the card. If you have two war games capping it off, you can
Yeah,
put
you
the
could start with a
elimination.
War Games. You could put that in the middle of the card, traditional 4-man, 4 or 5 tag series match, and yeah, I think that's a great idea.
It's a,
Why don't you write for this shit then, man?
I
If
don't
you're gonna, I mean, I thought the spot with Rhea, once they got there, there was so much different things going on, but I think the final spot with Rhea putting Liv through the table, with her finisher,
hmm
that was a pretty good spot. Um, I guess it was Naomi's birthday, so they get the win for the females.
Yeah.
Um, but so I
But
mean,
what does this it settles really nothing.
it settles nothing. Now, while we're on it, so who did this damage to Jade? Do we? I mean, what do we have going on here?
Listen,
No, just a
I'm
random
I'm
wild card.
ruling out I'm automatically ruling out Bianca, and that's probably what they want you to do. But I just feel like do they want to would you want to turn Bianca heel? She's one of your top female faces. I'm sure the ponytails sell.
Oh yeah. Well, do they? I don't think they sell those.
No?
Nah, because those are whips. That's a weapon.
I would sell the fucking ponytails, bro.
I would sell them, but I think that's a weapon. These girls get their hands on those things, man.
She does it. Hey.
Yeah, that's on TV. If these
that's
raggedy
but
girls
that's
out here
that's
get their
that's their
hands on
excuse.
them, these raggedy girls get their hands on them out in these streets. They already buy all these plugs and different types of different thing wigs, and they get their hands on a wig whip. They're gonna be fighting in every single bar they can, whipping girls and everything else. And I don't want smacked in the face when I'm trying to buy a drink anyway. They whip.
Choking people out.
Yeah, I don't like people's hair all in my face. But yeah, I don't know who did it to Jade. I guess it's something they want. There's something they want to push. I don't know. I guess at some point we're gonna have to come back
Maybe
to it.
maybe it was the Meta Girls.
Maybe the Meta Girls. Interesting. What about since you said tag teams, what about that the old tag team, the two girls, they disappeared. The with the red hair and they're from a different country. They were the tag team champs for a second.
You talking about Alba Fire and
Alba Fire, there we go. Yeah, yeah, that's what. Yeah, you got it.
what's the other one's name?
Ah, that's a good one. Alba
They had a
Fire,
name though, but I know the witches. I call them the witches.
the witches. Yeah, those. That's a good one too. um, yeah, I don't know. They kind of disappeared off. It, they're just kind of dropping the ball with some of these females. I guess maybe these future titles coming up here is gonna really get it to where so other people have chances.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
what we're hoping for.
I can't wait to see it.
It, it's going to be nice. They're going to have to do something with all these tag teams. I guess we'll get to that tag team situation too, because I'm kind of like, when's Finn and JD going to do something with these belts?
Yeah, I
But
mean,
we'll get back to that.
we'll
We'll
get to
get
that.
back to that. Yeah. But I don't know. Like I said, the match was really disappointing to me. It was. I don't know, man. It's hard. I'm gonna have to give these girls like a man, like a. It was like a 1.5, 1.5 stars, bro. And that was only because there was a couple spots that I liked. I liked the fire extinguisher spot
Uh huh.
that saved the because a lot of people really wanted Tiffany to cash in there, and the 12-year-old in me says yes, cash in.
Cash in. Yeah.
But when you're looking at wrestling knowledge, if she would have pinned per se Naya, because that's who we obviously think she would cash in on, if she cashes in on Naya, her team loses the match. So
Yeah.
this doesn't make any sense. I kind of got into it with our boy. I was like, this isn't making any sense that you think that she should win cash in right now when that would make her whole team lose the match. She cashes in, but the whole team loses the match. It makes absolutely no sense. But like I said, the fire extinguisher spot, obviously the EO, the Tiffany Stratton. There was a couple small spots in between that were okay, but man, it was just too much of a mess for me. So I think it was like a 1.5.
Damn, bro. 1 point out of 5.
Yeah, man, I'm grading on a curve too.
Damn. I'm not gonna argue it because I didn't really expect more. They gave me exactly what I expected. So that's what that is.
Yeah, I guess they gave me what I expected, but I guess the slop fest is what killed it for me. Oh, all right, man. So next we had, I guess we had a return. I don't even know if we got to talk about this. We had a return within the last 2 weeks or so. Shinsuke Nakamura returned, and he came right after LA Knight. And too much to my surprise, Shinsuke won the match. And I don't think that was what my surprise was. I think the surprise for me was he won it clean.
I mean, They bring him back. It's a total repackage, new darker music. You know what I'm saying? It's a darker character. You know, he got a little samurai vibe going on, and I like it. You know what I'm saying? So if they're gonna be serious, if they want us to take this, like, why would you repackage him and then have
Yeah,
him lose?
yeah, because they just repackaged him with like last time it was kind of
Exactly. So why would you go through all this trouble to do it again if you weren't going to take him serious and put a strap on him? I expected it.
I. I think I kind of expected it because I'm at the point, man, where the LA night it's not dry to me. I wouldn't say it's dry, but I think
He's
there's
another
just
one of
been
those guys where it's better to watch him chase.
yeah, because he talks it up, but it's
Yeah.
like now that he got it, I'm just kind of like, ugh.
They didn't give him anything meaningful either, so
They didn't, but now does this?
it's not entirely his fault.
No, no,
He
but
he he was stuck with Andrade and Mello for what, 3 months,
true,
3 4
true.
months, and didn't
You're
really get a
absolutely
chance to do nothing. I would have liked for this to be something drawn out. And he came, attacked him, got a match, and won.
right.
It could have been something. This could
Now,
have been something, but
now,
he's
now, does
probably
that
gonna
make you
chase.
think? Now, does that make you think they catapult LA Knight into something else? Because
Do you
like
do we think he goes into the world title picture? Is that what you're?
that's kind of where I'm headed. Like, I mean, what do you
I
do now?
mean, it's going to open him up. You know, he's in my eyes and probably in theirs. He's a main event player. You know what I'm saying? He'll probably get a nice couple spot out. He'll probably be in the chamber. I don't see him winning the rumble, but
Okay, I can
he'll
see him
probably
being in. Okay,
he's
I can
going to
see it
be in the main event scene.
because there's two chambers, right?
There's a men and a women's.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, men and women. So
Just so
yeah,
you
I
know,
can
the
see him
rumble
being.
winners get to pick the champion, and then I guess whoever they don't pick
The other
the
one
champ.
competes for the other one.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I could see him possibly being in that match. Strong enough character. Yeah, I guess I could see. I think they need to find him a solid story though, something that he can really like the
The LA
Logan.
Knight,
Yeah,
that was solid, but yeah, but what
I mean now. I mean, okay, so now Nakamura got it. Now, I mean, who competes against him? Carmelo and them chased it for months. Um,
we need to be making somebody shine as a face stuff. I don't. Neither of them are.
it seems like LA Knight's like the only character that now, if I'm like, okay, who do I want to build to take it from him?
I mean, he. I mean, he can chase it for a little bit, but you're not gonna give it right back to him.
No, not with
He
this.
he lost it. He's mad. He's gonna want a rematch. Let him chase it for what? What's the next show after main event?
Um, shit,
I don't know.
I don't know. Is it going to be the Rumble?
That's what I'm thinking. Is there something in between?
They might stretch it. They might stretch it. Get you to Rumble. Get you. Yeah, maybe stretch it. Get you to Netflix, man.
Yeah, because the Netflix show is going to be a big show, and they're probably
Speaking
gonna.
of Netflix, they made a big announcement today. Did you see everything is still going to be PG-13?
Yeah, I was listening to that there on the radio today.
Oh man! Whoa! Big win in college basketball. Just real quick. I just uh, Kansas lost to uh, Creighton, number one team. Whoa! That's breaking news. Um, but yeah, man. How did you feel about the new Nakamura music? And I
I
did.
like it.
I like the new music. I think it fits well.
Yeah,
I would like to see him take him somewhere. So hopefully this time, like you said, this repackaging. Hopefully that gets him. Um,
to where he needs to be right
Again,
now.
the match was it was kind of like here and gone to me too. So
Yeah,
I wouldn't say it was a bad match. I
it did what
wasn't
it needed to do.
they did what they needed to do. It wasn't nothing special
I never expect anything too special from LA Knight
because
because
that's not what he
he's the
is.
most basic wrestler, which is fine. I'm fine with that because I would probably be the most basic. He's the
It's
character. That's
because as long as you can talk, I mean, it doesn't matter how basic you are. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, some of the greatest have been as basic as possible.
basic.
So yeah, I mean, no, I don't have no problem with that. Yeah, I want to see where they're going with both their characters now. I get this is kind of interesting because it was kind of like the whole world was kind of shocked. I mean, like you said, we weren't really shocked. I think I'm like I said, my biggest factor was he just won clean, and I was just like, whoa. It's like so that was kind of a throw off for me. But yeah, man, I wouldn't say it wasn't nothing. It wasn't that spectacular. It got its point across. Maybe 3 stars for me.
I'll give it a 3 stars too.
We're around the same. We rank it about the same. That's not bad for us not being in the same room when these shows are going on. Uh, uh, Next, we had a triple threat. One of your favorites, Braun Breaker, Sheamus, the legend, and Ludwig Kaiser. And it might have been maybe one of the more entertaining matches of the night for me.
Yeah, that was my favorite match of the night.
Uh,
But I like all three of these guys. So
I do. I like all three of them a lot. I think the right guy won in the situation. I know they kind of want to put that belt on Sheamus since he's never won it. Isn't that the one he's never won?
is that the one he's never?
Yeah, it's Intercontinental.
Yeah, the Intercontinental. Yep.
So they kind of want to put it on him. So the crowd kind of wants to see that, but it's kind of hard to beat Breaker at the moment. And then, like I said, if you beat Breaker right now, you're kind of elevating him to the next step. You really don't want to do that just yet.
Not yet, man. Let him get close to Gunther's reign. Let
Yeah,
him get close.
I really like Ludwig Kaiser a lot, man.
Yeah, he's gonna
He's
eventually get it.
he's ready to shine, man. You can see it. Um, I liked him since the first time I seen him in like WWE Europe. I'm like, there's nobody that's easier to hate than this guy, man. He's the easiest guy to hate. It's
Which is
just the
crazy
walk.
because that eventual face turn is coming. Maybe not soon, but
Maybe not soon, because I think he's so good of a heel. It, it just the walk and all, man. It's tough to beat, man. He seriously looks like a guy you'd want to punch right in the mouth.
yeah, yeah.
There's everything about him just says, yeah, I don't think I would like you as a person, and it's so natural for him. I'm like, yeah, this is great. Um, yeah, I thought it was a good triple threat match. Again, I thought the right person won. Again, I probably thought it was one of the more entertaining matches of the night. I mean, you knew it was going to be hard hitting, physical. Um, there was a good spot where Sheamus popped up out the guardrail, kind of like a Halloween character. I
Yeah,
thought that was classic. Um, the Braun Breaker clothesline off the apron to the table. Now, I'm a big fan of that move, and it's so dumb. But I think we got like a holy shit out of Michael Cole. Uh, there was a lot going on there, but I think that was probably the most entertaining match of the night,
yeah.
just
I loved it.
in
4.
totality. Um, yeah, I loved it, man. It was definitely one of the higher ratings for me. I think it was like a 3.5, maybe a 3.6. It was a good triple threat. It was hard hitting. We got what we thought we was gonna get. Um, man, I can't really remember the ending at the moment, but it felt like it was really good. Um, but yeah, that was probably my favorite match of the night. But carrying on, then we went into the world title match. Gunther and Damian Priest.
I
And
thought they
again,
was going. I thought they was going to give it to him. I don't know. I had a little.
you had a little suspect. I, I
Yeah.
I didn't see him losing because they kind of got me. I kind of forgot about Finn in the background. That's where I forgot. I
Yeah,
forgot
and we were supposed to because he told us. You know what I'm saying?
you ain't never getting that strap.
You're gonna forget,
Yeah,
and as soon as you forget,
that's what
I'm
they do.
gonna strike.
I'm gonna strike,
And we
and that's
forgot. And as
forgot
soon as
all
we
about it.
forgot,
I was so concerned on the Gunther playing this like I might be able to be beat character, which is something we haven't seen yet. The little like the lesser superhuman robotic Gunther. We kind of seen him like on his heels. So
hmm
I was more or less like so edgy for that. I totally forgot about Finn Balor, and before you know it, because at first I thought maybe he did get hurt when he fell off the top rope, and he was kind of like telling the ref like, "Yo, give me a second." Excuse me. He said, give me a second. And that's giving Finn enough time to come out and stomp him. I'm like, yeah, that's great. Um, yeah, again, they gave us another decent match though, man.
yeah.
He Damien's really carrying himself in these bigger
Listen,
matches.
you know, I like Damien, bro.
I do. I like Damien more and more. He's starting to get there. Real quick, we got somebody checking in. Old Jim Life checking in, saying, "Yo, what's up, Jim?
What up,
Appreciate you
though?
checking in, my guy. You know Ganja Graphics, who made our part-time Mark's tees. We don't have them on tonight, but yes, you know where to find them if you do want them t-shirts. If you need t-shirts in general, make sure you hit up my man Jim Ganja Graphics. If you need that information, make sure you hit me up on social media, and I will get you his information. We will definitely get you his information so he can make you some hot t-shirts, hoodies, and anything else you may need. That's my guy to do that. Right back at him though. Yeah, man. I thought it was another good, solid match. I thought it was a good ending. So I see how they're gonna try to detour Damien away from here now because he's obviously gonna have to finish this thing with him and Finn. This is gonna go on for who knows how long.
I'll take it, bro. Though, so I'll take it because I like Finn.
Yeah,
And he's getting more layers to his character because he
yeah,
was
there's a
this.
lot. There's a lot going on with Mister Balor. Speaking of,
Yeah, I like it.
man, what's going on, man? It seems like him and a little Miss Liv. It seems like there's something. There's been something going on for a while,
Listen,
huh?
what did I say before all this stuff happened? Finn is in the background with Liv.
Yeah,
It's been
yeah,
like that.
man, something been going on, man. He got the key, because remember, man, he took that key card, man, that hotel key card.
Yeah,
So there's been something going on since what's this before SummerSlam?
yeah. Since before Rhea came back,
Been a lot going on with my man.
Eileen,
Hi, Eileen. Thanks for checking in with us. Good to see you again. We
what's
appreciate
going
you.
on?
Um, yeah, there's a lot going on with Liv and Fred. So what's up with my man? Dom was the ladies' man. What's going on, man? And then he kind of said something to Dom on Raw, like, "Yeah, this is how you get the job done." Seems like is Dom maybe on the outs?
Listen, you think they're about to pull the trigger on this Dom face turn because once they start getting sympathy for the man, it's over.
Oh, oh yeah,
He's going
because
to be
Dom
one of the
can run through
biggest
that
guys
thing.
there. He's already one of the biggest guys there. They
I
just
heard it earlier. Somebody said it's time for Dom to get a title, and I mean, I think it definitely is, but
yeah
he gets heat without saying anything. They
yeah
could have ran with this for so long.
so long.
So yeah, again, it was another match. You know what we got? We got Gunther being completely brutal. We got Damien being Damien.
Never seen a bad Gunther match.
I think it's gonna be a long time before we do. I think it's gonna be a long time before we do. He is really a ring general, and like I said, you get the most basic guy who could just who knows how to draw so much heat and so, like I think we have one of the best world champions we can have right now. I'm
Definitely.
glad they went into it quickly. I'm glad. And then, like I said, they're showing him being a little softer now, so you know he can be beat at some point, just
Yeah.
no time soon. You know, like that type thing. I mean, what did they say the other day? He has a 80% winning record since he's been on Raw. He's only lost 3 times since he's been on the main show. So I
Listen,
mean,
it's
that
crazy.
that's a diabolical record to have, and man, it's
Two of
awesome.
them, he lost titles.
The only time this man's lost, so that they have a plan. They have a very long term plan for Gunther, I would say.
Yeah, 100%.
Man, but you know where we went right after that, bro? We went to the main event. The OG bloodline versus the new bloodline. How did you feel about that one?
You know, it was a great match from everywhere. From because these guys got it, the storytelling and the fake, just the little things, bro. Like they got, they got it.
Yeah, there was like so many little Easter eggs in the match. You know my favorite. I don't know if you seen. I said it to you where Jay was doing the handshake while Sammy and him were doing it. He was doing it on the ground.
Yeah,
I thought, I thought that was great. They had so many different little Easter eggs the whole way. I mean, they had the CM Punk stopping or Roman stopping CM Punk for going out and he sent somebody else out. They did that kind of last time where they sent Sammy out.
yeah,
There were so many different Easter eggs. They did it properly. That's how you do a match without any blood. You didn't need any blood in there. You
none.
had 6 on 6, whatever, and you didn't need
Jim,
blood. Yep, Jim. Yeah, man. I thought it was great. And
it was
speaking
great.
of Jimmy, my MVP, Jimmy Uso, I felt like that was the MVP. He pulled out a whisper in the wind.
Quarterback, bro. Like, come
Just
on,
the quarterback, bro.
Jimmy slept
That's
on.
the quarterback, starting quarterback, bro. He pulled out a. It's a shame we had a couple of them hurt. Jimmy broke a toe. Um, Bronson Reed broke.
Bronson. Oh, did you see it?
Did
Did you
I
see the
see it?
slowdown? Did you see the?
Yeah, I think I sent you the video, bro. He broke both of them. Did I send you the video of? Did I send you the video of Dave Chappelle dragging himself as Prince? Or or no, it's not Prince. It was the other character where he was dragging himself on the floor. I was. That's what brought you. He broke both ankles, dog.
Crazy. But oh,
Have we not learned from Edge that
it
we
was
do
it was
not?
like it was like the same, right? It was that's the first thing I thought of when I seen that. I was like, wow.
At least Jimmy jumped properly. His toes just smacked, so
Yeah.
that's why he broke a toe. But Bronson, oh, and
Came down on your feet, man. Man.
was that not the latest save I've ever seen? CM
Oh,
Punk. Jim said, "How you gonna snap both down?" Oh,
both.
imagine. Yeah, that's it. Rick
On Wheels
James.
44 with the Rick James. There you go.
That's
He
what I
got the
was trying to
answer for
say.
you.
Remember when he was dragging himself across the floor? That's
I
probably.
got the image in my head. Yep.
I think I sent that to you. I think I sent that to you today, saying this is Bronson Reed.
F your couch.
Charlie
Yeah.
Murphy. Charlie Murphy. Yeah. So I can't imagine. And Jim, don't be sending me no breaking ankles. That doesn't give you the hint to send me some wrestlers getting hurt in the ring type videos tomorrow morning. He said the wig and
The
the
wig and
velvet
velvet
suit.
suit.
Man, these guys are on fire, man. This is taking them right back to it. That is definitely a classic episode. um, yeah, man. That match is exactly what I thought we were gonna get, man. It was
Yeah.
fire the whole way. They told amazing stories. Like I said, it sucks so many people got hurt, but it definitely covered up for that first War Games match.
It sucks so many people got hurt, but we got our main players, so I'm all right.
He said, "You know they coming."
They're
That means
coming.
he's gonna send me a random video of somebody doing something stupid in the ring and getting hurt, and I'll be like, "Why did you send me this?"
I see it all the time.
I get him too because I got tired of him doing it. We always talk about Psycho Sid. You know, that's always the go-to one. Oh, but yeah, man, I thought we did, but I think coming out of that pay-per-view though, following up right with Raw, they started going right into their next storyline, so they're already covering up. Like, that's what they did.
Yeah.
Like they know these certain people are hurt. We got to keep this ball rolling.
So that is they're saying that's why Drew comes back so soon because you got to fill that slot. That wait a minute, yeah, I'm about to call him Jonah again. Bronson Reed.
you love to call him Jonah. It's gonna happen soon. It's gonna
Bronson
happen soon.
Bronson Reed because they
Yeah,
got to fill that hole.
and yeah, and man, I did not. Speaking of, yeah, going right into Raw, man. Like I said,
Let's
that
go right
Bloodline
into
match,
Raw.
real quick, that Bloodline match, I thought it was fire. It definitely saved the rest of the show. Um, I think it told a lot more about Jey Uso too. Them letting him come out last, and I thought that says a lot about what they're doing for him.
You get a
Um,
lot coming out of that because him coming out last year, that says a lot, man. That like that's your
Yeah,
man, bro.
I think this
Because
was like, all right, man. We want these camera angles that we're getting of these different shots are amazing.
you
But
got
yeah, the
you got
bloodline match was fire, man. And like I said, I don't want to go over the top and say it was a 5, but it was. We got exactly what we got. We got the great storytelling in between. Yeah, I think it was. I think it was like a good 3.7. It
three
told
point
it told its
seven.
story. As long as it told its story. That's where I'm at. I mean, you know what I mean.
Yeah, it did what it needed to do, man. We got the bloodline, the OG bloodline winning. CM Punk got his favor. So we got questions coming out of this. You know what I'm saying? What's next? What's next with Roman and Solo? What is the favor? And how is it going to be
What
used?
is the favor?
That how is I mean, we know what the favor is. He wants to get to the main event at WrestleMania for a title. But how is that going to happen? And how is Paul going to make that happen?
And what title is he gonna ask for?
And it's going to be the
It's got
one
to
on
be the world
SmackDown.
title, huh?
It's going to
Huh?
be would it be the world title? I
I
don't
think
know.
yeah, because he on Raw.
So what?
He ain't gonna ask.
We
Oh,
want the
he ain't gonna.
we want the WWE championship.
You think that's gonna sit well with Roman? Nah, you better take that shit over there to Raw, bro. You better take that shit over. You better take them favors over to Raw, bro.
Listen,
I mean, because you see, speaking of, I mean, we're headed there. So, I mean, that's how Raw started out, bro. He said he had bigger and better things to do. So let's get right to it. You know what I mean? We're already here. Um, Raw started off with CM Punk.
yeah,
He said he had bigger and better things to do, but there's still somebody that got a problem with
of course,
him. He said there was a problem on site all the time.
all the time.
Mr. Seth Rollins,
Yeah.
which I thought we told a lot of good stories there in that first 15 minutes of Raw.
Oh, we sure did. It was great television.
Man, great television. We told a lot of stories here because obviously we got to the part where Seth Rollins pushed CM Punk and they were going to put their hands on each other. And then Jey
Hmm.
Uso comes out and Sami
Yep.
Zayn comes out and breaks it
Yep.
up. And then we got words between Seth Rollins and Sami Zayn. And
Yep.
it seems as if, you know, there's some other people that's angry that Sammy's tagging up with Roman.
Yeah.
I mean, which I mean, who was right in this situation? Should Sammy be tagging up with Roman and them? I mean, because he didn't get it. Seth was right. Roman has never apologized to nobody.
I mean, when Roman came back, he said, "What did he say? A lot of things has changed.
Yeah,
It's not him.
it's not him.
He's not. He's not one of the things that's changed. And nothing's changed.
He doesn't say. I mean,
They expecting an apology from, you know what I'm saying? This
somebody
is the
who's not
same
going to
guy. This is
apologize.
the same exact guy who did everything that he did. You know, he's just down bad because he ain't got y'all right now, and y'all just willy nilly
So,
go ahead
so
and
is
fight with
Sammy?
him.
So is Sammy gullible or is Seth Rollins? Seth Rollins right? Who's right in this situation?
They both made some very great points
Yeah, because
because
Sammy said Roman only acting like this because Seth Rollins.
I mean
I think he's right.
we can say Seth stabbing him in the back did it, but it took a very long time for him to turn into that monster. If that's the case,
It did.
we can't put that solely on Seth. Maybe that was something that was in the back of his head the whole time. Maybe,
Maybe.
but I wouldn't go
Uh,
that far.
man, I was just like, this is happening so fast. I'm like, because all these injuries are happening because you're still expecting Seth to be having some battle with Bronson Reed, but Bronson Reed's hurt. Like, there's so many twists and turns that's going on right now. I
Well,
think they're
that's yeah, that's probably why they're about to. Are we gonna get a Sammy Seth program? They're not gonna pull the trigger on Sammy. I mean Seth and Punk right now, are they? That's why we got the little
no,
interruption. It's too
no,
early.
no. Well, we're gonna save that. I think we're gonna save that. I think we're gonna save that for WrestleMania. Well, we can't pull the trigger on this. This is money right here.
Yeah, that's money.
Yeah, I think we're just trying to get the. I just think we're starting to get the pot boiling right now.
Well, you obviously got Drew back.
Yeah, yeah, getting to that. We're getting to that. We got because there was a lot that happened in between all this time on Raw.
Yeah,
Even with Raw, like I said, I like Raw now that it's down to 2 hours, and they're finding ways to cram all this stuff in. Still with a lot of talking too, because I didn't even think they could still talk this much and cram all this stuff in. But excuse me again, they're an engine, man. They just
these Jim said Raw was great, and these 2 hour Raws have been perfect.
yeah, I think they're fitting them right. I think yeah, they're fitting them in there at the right times. And then like I said, there was so much going on so fast. So then we get right into this this judge or the Judgment Day versus Damage Control. Is that what we had? Yeah, we had Judgment Day. We had Morgan. Yeah, we had Liv and we had Rodriguez versus Damage Control.
Yeah,
And and Damage Control pulled our excuse me, Judgment Day pulled this one off. Now,
yep.
are we going to start to get a Rhea and Raquel Rodriguez feud? Is that where we're really? Or
I
she's
mean,
probably obviously going to have to go through Raquel to beat Liv again.
yeah, because it's Rhea versus Raquel and Liv, both
Ugh.
of them. So
It
in
is
order to
definitely
get
one
to
of
her
the better.
title, and I
It's
mean,
definitely one of the better stories right
it's
now.
one of
I'm
those
just kind of
stories
like,
with deep rooted history. That's why it's one of the better ones.
mm, Jim likes the 2 hour. Yeah, man, because then I can keep my eyes on Monday Night Football too, man. Because Monday Night Football usually gives you an extra hour.
Yeah, you can catch the end of the game
You can
definitely.
catch the last quarter. You can catch the last two quarters. They're usually going in halftime when Raw's going on. So
Hmm.
then you can fully lock in NFL. Then I like it. Like I said, I don't know if they're going to do that with Netflix or are they going to go back to 3 hours. Who knows?
I think we can. I think one day we might catch a show that's 2.5 hours, and one day it might be three. But I don't think it'll be consistent.
And then yeah, you seen Finn Balor. He like speaking of, he wanted to go right. He wanted his match. He feels like he deserves a match with Gunther, but Gunther said, "Nah,
Nah.
Dom could get it. Your man Dom could get the
He deserved it.
match. That was on Netflix this week.
Nah,
No,
nah.
Netflix is it starts January 6th, I want to say.
First Monday of January.
Yeah, first one. But that the next event coming up here in a couple weeks, that's going to be on Peacock too, I think. The main
NBC
event,
and Peacock.
and I think that's going to be big, man. I think we're probably going to get a
It's a
Roman
stacked
Reigns.
card. It's
I,
it's
I
it's it's looking like it's going to be a stacked card.
yeah, they're going to stack it up. I think they're going to do this like the right way, for real, for real. Um, yeah, it's going to be a big Saturday night. I think it's probably going to be probably the best. It's going to be a super good event, man. They're going to try to blow this out. I keep seeing that they want to bring like the Al Bundy commercials back for this and everything. So I think that would be awesome. Um, from there, man, it was like a wild night. Um, we had Dakota Kai. They're pushing her now.
They've been
Obviously,
trying to push her for years.
as long as she doesn't end up on the injured reserve list, I think they might be
That's
trying to
Dakota Nash, bro.
Dakota Nash, man, them knees, boy. I like her finisher though. Like she did like the go to
I like
sleep.
her in general.
Yeah, you always say it. She just can't stay healthy, man. Like so we're just hoping she doesn't get hurt on the entrance. But I think that this tournament I think this tournament is gonna come down to her and the Valkyra girl
Yeah, it
because
is.
they've been making video packages for them. So I think they're at a point where they're gonna like try to build them and I mean it might be a good start for this new intercontinental title. Like I said, they might give it to Valkyria just because they think Dakota Kai might get hurt if they do advance that far.
Mm-hmm.
But that was a good solid win for her on Raw. I thought that was a good push.
And it's good because she didn't get hurt. Like, all right, yeah.
And then randomly out of nowhere on Raw, Jay Uso gets attacked.
Yep.
Now I was sitting here the whole evening trying to figure out
Who? Who? Who?
who, who, who. I went right into New Day. I was like,
Yeah,
who?
bro.
Like, and I'm like, there's no reason for Seth to do it. That wouldn't make sense. And then I'm,
No.
and then I'm like, he's getting blamed for it. I sat there and had no idea who attacked Jay the whole night. I was like, man, this is the first time I've been confused in a very, very long time. I have no idea who attacked this man.
Yeah.
Um, so then we went into the good old R Truth and the old Pete Dunne match. Uh, R Truth, they give this guy another win, man. They're always finding good ways to keep him involved in stories. There's nothing he's ever gonna do that gets old, man. He
No.
just knows his place, he knows his job, and he's so good at it. And he's gonna find ways to build up guys like Pete Dunne who really just can't get over. But I think guys like R Truth will help him actually get over to where they want him.
Almost always.
Yeah, because even though he was in that dumbass group with Sheamus, they were actually over. Like the
They
whole
were.
fight
Yeah.
night and all that, it was over. I mean,
And
I'm sure he
and it
didn't
could
like
have he and it could have been just as over, if not more, if he was Pete Dunne in the group
and that was the problem. He could have been Pete Dunne the whole time.
the whole time because that's what Pete Dunne is all about. Fighting.
And so yeah. So and that would have made that last a lot longer. But
It could have.
Vince wanted them wearing dorky shit and all that.
No, like they should have been the heel, the heel. Yeah, they should have been heel. The heel bare knuckle. Are they all Irish?
Yeah. Well, is he Irish? I thought he's British.
Okay, so
He might be.
No,
He,
I don't think
I
so.
don't remember. I just know he's from over that way somewhere.
Over that way.
But yeah, and then who was the other one with them? Wasn't it?
Rich.
Oh yeah, yeah, Ridge Holland,
I'm
wasn't it?
pretty sure he's Irish, right?
Yeah, he's something along the lines.
Yeah.
He's they get offended, so you got to watch what you call when somebody's un-American, they get out offended. So you just,
I'm
yeah,
pretty sure. I'm
he's
pretty
from
sure they're
somewhere over there.
somewhere over there with a king. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
But yeah,
Man,
I like Pete Dunne. Always did.
yeah, I did too. I just he needs something a little bit more. So it'll eventually channel with the fans and stuff. I just think it's one of them gimmicks. It's hard for them to pull because we still got guys like Ilya Dragunov who hasn't been around in a while.
That's my man. I think he was hurt though, but yeah, that's my man.
Yeah, so you got matches like that where they can really beat on each other, man. But let's take it to it, man. It's a sad day.
Listen,
New Day is no more.
that was unexpected.
That was a great swerve
Great
for
swerve,
weeks and
because
weeks and weeks.
I'm thinking like, all right, they're gonna break up. I don't see Big E, so they're gonna break up. So Big E's music hits. I'm like, all right, and let's see what they got cooking up here. So I thought in normal New Day fashion, oh, he's gonna suggest to be the manager, and they're gonna be like, yeah, let's do it. Nope.
Nah, smoke. Nah,
Nope.
smoke. They-
I'm
yeah,
sitting there like,
they, once once he started to be like a man, I'm like, oh, maybe they are gonna bring it back together, and then you can see it in like Xavier's face, like, nah. And then once Kofi started talking, I'm like, whoa, this is the ultimate swerve.
so like, since we're here, like, do are we bringing Big E back just for this moment to turn them heel, or because they've been keeping their secrets, they've been doing well keeping us
Mm.
on the edge of our seats. Could Big E be cleared and we
I
just
mean,
don't know it?
I mean, there might be something there because why would you do that? I mean, I know they wanted to do that 10-year thing.
Because I
And
feel like at this
maybe it's
point,
a good way to, because I every time I look at Big E, I still look at him like he's
his
moving
neck.
kind of like, you know
But
what I mean?
could that be intentional?
I mean, this business, this is a business that goes on. It could be intentional. I mean, you're right, man. This could be, he could still be hurt.
You got to look at
Or
who we're dealing with too. Like they know it. They know that it gotten to a point to where it was very predictable. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
I think they're in the big business of we've been being worked a lot.
Yeah, we definitely get worked a lot. I mean, that's the key. He maybe they're telling him, "Hey, man, still just move around slow." Um,
You never know. I'm just trying to keep all like
I mean, you could be right. I thought, I mean, this is kind of a good way to kill the Big E thing off from them.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like they made it their 10 years. They told a great story. Maybe it is a good way so he can just go be a desk job so people quit asking about it.
yeah.
Or like you said, we've been being work for so long that we could be being work right now. Pause. You know what I'm saying? So,
Never know,
um,
man.
but man, that promo was intense, man. That was a 5-star promo.
It was good.
The storytelling and the best part about it is Big E's wife is on the internet posting about these things.
It makes it so much more believable.
It makes it so much more believable. She's talking crazy on the internet. It was to the point I had to screenshot it and send it to you. Like, yo, this is gold right here.
Gold.
She's talking cash. And then, like I said, man, that was a power promo. I can't wait to see where that goes. And then again, man, they haven't been heels in so long. So this is this is a good revamp for them. They need this,
They need it. Yeah.
and they also they need each other. Because remember when this whole thing first started, I'm like, how are they gonna do this? Like, how are they gonna be separate? And then we get to the 10-year anniversary, and then we figure out they ain't breaking up.
We
Man,
need
it
a
was
whole
just.
new revamp.
But
It's
these last promos been so hot. Even the one where they were yelling at each other in the locker room, it was, or in the back way. It was like, yo, these promos are smoking right.
smoking. So yeah,
Like I said,
I feel like they got big plans as a major heel tag team. I think we're gonna get the focus we've been looking for in the tag team division within the next year.
everything's a work.
I say it all the time. Everything's a work, man.
Kofi needed a change. I was tired of smiling Kofi. Yeah. Yeah, okay. That was from who's that from? That was from Eddie. Did you catch that one? He said he
No.
was um there we go. Yeah, that was from Eddie Prather. He said Kofi needed a change. I was tired of smiling Kofi.
Yeah,
Uh, yeah, man, you know everything runs its course, my man. Like so, that definitely probably ran its course a long time ago. And there's so much stuff that the New Day can do because they are really good
it
characters.
gives
So
them a chance to give their characters more layers. I know Kofi has it in him because we've seen it. It
we've
may
seen,
have been a long time ago when he was feuding with Randy Orton and he
yeah,
had to get real aggressive. I'm like, yeah, I like that, Kofi.
that
Like, and
so
this is
that's what
what
you
we
need. I
need.
think Xavier needed it too. Old Terrence Hill. Yeah, I mean,
After 10 years, it's gotten stale.
yeah, I mean, and there's so much more, like you said, because they really can wrestle too. So
Yeah,
you could like, cause man, it's definitely man. You know, we pound our hand on the desk about this. You got to do something with this tag team division, and that's where I was going with it earlier. Uh, like JD McDonough and Finn just having these tag team belts and just not doing nothing with them. It was
yeah.
like
Get him off of
they,
him.
it was like they won the belts to help Liv's story, because that's all that really did.
That's it.
You know what I mean? I think it's time. But maybe next week, maybe they're gonna get a match against the War Raiders, because we kind of got like a little bit of a hint from Pierce that he needs to prepare for his other tag team match.
Is he gonna have two matches in the same night though? I mean, they'll do it. We have two. We have what's his name? Frazier has two matches this Saturday.
Yeah. Um.
I'd do it. You have a title, and you wanna wrestle for a title. You have titles. You're gonna have two matches,
Yeah, he might. He
unless
might.
he's just gonna do it next week.
Yeah, because I just think them having a tag team, like, because I was kind of excited for JD McDonough to get the belt, because you know he does a stunt every
But they're
time he
not.
wrestles,
But they're not doing
but
that.
they ain't even doing that. So it's just like, why do they still have these tag team titles? It makes absolutely no
Yeah,
sense.
put them on the Roll Raiders.
Put them on the War Raiders because they're out there wrestling, and they've been good. It's like it's not like it ever hasn't like ever gotten stale.
And there goes your face tag team that to face off against the what are we gonna call them? They ain't the New Day,
Man, what you said? Are they gonna change the name?
are they? I would.
I would. It's a bad day.
Hey, I like that.
It's a bad day. Yes, it is.
I like that. It's a
it's a
bad day.
it's a bad day.
Where
Yes, it is. And they come switch that they need a music switch. That they need a whole spin. And I think that then you can get the belts on them again. They can also help build people up.
definitely.
They got to do something with this tag team division, bro. I love tag team wrestling. And then some of these matches do be fire, man, and they just go underrated because they're just getting in the mix and shuffle.
Yeah, because they're not making sense of having two sets of belts at this point.
No, because it was kind of like when Finn and Damien had the belts. It was kind of cool. They had both of them. And
Uh-huh.
it was like they were kind of defending them once in a while. These
Yeah.
guys haven't defended anything. I just thought about the other day, like when these dudes going to defend the belts. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do with Finn starting next Monday because I think there's actually something going to go down. So hopefully I'm just a little bit ahead of the game and maybe the War Raiders or somebody will get somebody got to do something. They got to promote these belts because
You
these
got
belts
to.
look like pepperoni pizza to me.
You got
It looks
to.
like with the red in the middle, it looks like a pizza.
Plus, it
And
looks like Baylor is going to be in a single shoot with Gunther. I like it. Another reason why the tag belts is being wasted on a part-time team like the Judgment.
yeah. Well, who would you like to see with the tag team belts? Is there anybody in your mind, Eddie, that you'd like to see with the tag team belts?
Me personally, I'd like the War Raiders.
Um, I mean, because it's like your only real. Yeah, how many solid teams do we have? Like, I don't think we have very many solid teams right now, other than the War Raiders.
This is why I'm saying that they're not making sense of having two separate titles, two separate like the
Yeah,
champions. It should be like the women, you defend them on all shows.
you got those tag belts that's
But you see,
over there.
this is why they're trying to bring in actual tag teams, and it's just
Yeah, it's just yeah, because what Motor City Machine
and then
Guns.
you have tag teams, but they're tied up because
Mm,
you have the
okay,
you
so
have
he's basically with us, the War Raiders, so they can put the belts on Xavier and Kofi at the Rumble.
I like it.
Yeah, that's a good time. Kofi be in the Rumble, and yeah, Kofi's always in the Rumble. He's always got to do something dumb. So that's how dare Eileen says how dare they turn on Big E. Uh, I trust me, Eileen. It totally threw us off in a loop. We were texting each other like, "Whoa,
Yeah,
they swerved us,"
shot
and I'm like, I don't even know how I could be. I don't even know how I could get fooled like this, but they do it every time.
every time.
Just when you think you know what they're doing.
I'm thinking like, yeah, we're gonna have the New Day back together. Big E manager, let's go.
I wasn't. I was trying to figure out who was going to be the heel and who was going to be the face. I was like,
The
who,
whole
who?
time we was, bro. I'm like, they're gonna swerve us. It's gonna be Kofi.
I'm
Whole
like,
time it's both of them.
I'm like, well, maybe Xavier's going to be the heel. And you're like, nah, because Kofi has but a heel. And I'm like, well, maybe you're right. They both just said, nah, we're done with Big E. I thought that was great storytelling, man. I think they're going to definitely probably go somewhere with this. They're not just going to let this
I
ride.
mean, listen, and this has been a constant. Dave, what's going on, man?
Dave, what's going on? Hey, hey.
It's always great when they catch you off guard with a good turn. It's always great, man. It's one of the
It's,
things that makes it great to be a fan because when they can still do that and surprise you and catch you off guard with stuff, it's
it's a
amazing.
great story
But
when I can be fooled. Absolutely. Like I
right,
said,
but
we've
this is
been hunting this down for months. Like I said, me and Kurt been going back and forth. Like, well, who's gonna be the heel? Who's gonna be the face? We've been trying to figure this out for months. We think they're breaking up this whole time. I like when they get us, and like I said,
um,
the promo's been fire. The great storytelling.
that
This is
promo was fire, and you know what you can't even really be mad at it, and they're being consistent with having the heel personas make sense because where have you been? You
we're
ain't been you ain't been far. You can
after
make
40
it. You
years.
can. You
Yeah, he said after 40 years of wrestling, they still catch me, and that's fire.
That's fire.
I'll tell you what I didn't realize. I didn't realize Big E was already out for 4 years already.
It's crazy. That's crazy, right?
Four
When they
years.
said that, when they said that, I'm like, are you serious, bro? Like,
I'm still pissed they took. Yeah, you missed our review on that, Dave. We we'll come right back to that. Excuse me. But yeah, I was like, Big E's been out for 4 years already. Like,
4 years is
I
crazy.
can't believe that happened that long ago, man. But
It
that's
doesn't seem that long, but it's been that long.
yeah, it really
And
has.
in 4 years, you didn't think once to come back and be our manager. You wait till now when we're about to explode. They're making sense. Like you can't even really you can be mad because it's 10 years of but like Kevin Owens, they have a point.
They made some good points. People been out there catching injuries and they came back. Hey, listen, when you're spitting facts, I never have a problem. If you're spitting just the facts, they said Stone Cold
No
wrestled with a
problem.
broken neck.
Hey, they
Kurt
didn't have to
Angle
be
wrestled
maybe they didn't have to be so cold,
with
but their feelings are valid. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, everybody got feelings in this situation. I can't wait to see where this story goes. Yeah, Dave, we talked about LA Knight. We'll run back to here. We'll tell you. Um, we weren't shocked that he lost. Neither one of us. I mean, like I said, I was only shocked because he lost clean. I didn't expect him to lose just like what, no missed, no nothing dirty, just uh, uh, just a finish.
And
And
I
it
think
was
that's how they're gonna build Shinsuke going forward.
just he doesn't have to be dirty all the time.
No,
Uh, uh, they needed a new excuse me, they needed a new story with the New Day, and this was perfect. Yeah,
it
this
is.
was the
It's
good way to do it, Dave. You're
it's
absolutely
it's a
right about
good way to spice things up,
that.
add
Oh
some
yeah,
layers to their characters.
add layers to their characters that they can build off this for the next 6 to 8 months or whatever, and
They've
for,
made several millions of dollars off of the New Day. They can afford to.
oh, and they're going to come up with something so good because that's what they are. They're comedic characters. They
Yeah,
are great wrestlers, but they're comedic characters. So they're going to have some great T-shirts. They're going to have great promos. They're going to be assholes. I think this is going to be really, really good for them. And who knows where they're going to take it? Because remember, 10 years ago, they sent those guys out there to just basically get themselves fired, and they turned it into 10 years worth
gold,
of gold.
gold.
They turned it into 10 years worth of gold. And so, I mean, I think they can only make it better from this point on. But yeah, man, and then we had our main event match though. We had Sammy, the new gear, new music, new gear, new attitude. They can run it from us. Actually, if you want to explain that, Kurt, because you explained it to me, you caught on to the new gear that they were wearing. Like, didn't you say it was like the Dragon Ball Z type stuff?
Oh, when they wore the Dragon Ball, I said, "Oh, bro, a heel turn is definitely coming."
Yeah,
That's the
because you
only.
you you broke it down to me about like the colors they were wearing and
Yeah,
everything.
I broke you down the story of Goku and Goku Black because you don't watch, so and I was just letting you know. So
I was
they
thinking
both
Kobe
went.
would
They
go back to
both
the
went.
Jamaican gimmick. I mean, if he's going to talk Jamaican too, if he's going to even switch his gimmick back, I don't see why not. He could spit something out every now and then, spit some hot fire, like Dylan. Dylan.
So- so, what happened to your accent?
For sure, I peeped it too. Oh, so he peeped it. Yeah, because I think Jim knows about the anime stuff too a little bit. So he caught on by the gear.
People were supposed to catch on, and people were supposed to think, "All right, Woods is going to turn on Kofi. This is what's going to happen."
Mhm.
But I'm thinking like that's too obvious for people who know. Like it's too obvious. There's
Yeah,
going to be a hill turn. They're telling us. They're telling us with the gear. It's just who is it going to be? So and it ended up being both of them on Big E.
yeah. Because I mean, you noticed the first night that they were wearing two different colors. You was like, bro, they wearing two different colors. And
Yeah, but it matters because they're always in sync.
I'm, yeah,
Always.
And
And
I didn't even
especially
catch on until they were like in the ring, and I was like, they do have two different colors on.
and
You're
especially
like,
with that Dragon Ball stuff, the last time they wore Dragon Ball, it was all coordinated. They all wore Saiyan armor, so they were like it was all the same. So this is
mm,
like you're wearing like night and day. It was
mm.
going to be a heel turn. As soon as the colors change, I knew like they're building to something. It's the little things though. You have to catch those little things. You don't like Woods, darn it. You don't like Woods, Dave.
You don't like Woods, Dave?
Man, I have a bias because I watched Woods as Consequences Creed in TNA a long time ago, and I always liked him then. So I have a little bias.
Yeah, and he does have some talent. I mean, he definitely has some talent. I mean, I again, it's in who you're in there working with too that makes you like them better. I
Yeah,
think always. You know what I mean? Because they had those classic matches with the Usos forever.
forever.
And they build each other, honestly.
They
Um,
have over the years. They definitely helped each other get. They were yeah. They helped each other get to where they are
yeah,
today.
so I can't wait to see where this goes. But then in our main event, we had a little twist too in our main event here. Um,
Uh huh.
we
Share
found
more
out
so.
who I guess this is who tagged Jey Uso.
I would assume.
Yeah, Drew McIntyre returned.
I would assume that he's coming for everybody who was on that team in the War Games match.
Yeah,
We're gonna see him on SmackDown too.
yeah, because he has a problem with everybody.
Everybody.
um, yeah, I definitely didn't see Drew McIntyre return, and that threw me. And that totally, I like I said, the whole night I'm trying to figure out like who the hell tagged Jay. Like I knew we were gonna get an answer, and and he hit the claymore so fast. I still
Fast.
I still didn't even realize who it was. He said, "Oh, Dave said I can't stand Woods. I think he's what did you
I
say?
th-
You think
I
he's
think give
off?"
him a chance.
Yeah, he can. No, he can wrestle, man. I'm telling you, he can definitely wrestle. I I think you were just so used to seeing something so repetitive all the time. It
That's
just
what it
got so
is. Once
it
they
got
start
so
adding layers to his
yeah.
character, y- I think
Because
I
like I
think
said, I talk to my cousin all the time, and he'll ask me like, "How do you feel about this wrestling?" And I'll tell him, guys like even Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins when they first came, he used to think they were terrible, and I'm like, "You're insane." I seen these people when they were Tyler Black and Kevin Steen. Like, you just don't like what they're doing right now. But wait till later in their careers.
remember that video of Seth where they was chanting "You're a jobber, bro." That's got to be one of the most motivational videos out there.
Motivated. He said, at first I thought it was Sammy who took out Jay. Oh, no, I didn't think that deep. Hell
I
no.
was
We
I
ain't
was going
think
I
he said,
was
hell no, we ain't think Drew is coming out. Nah, Jim.
I was pointing my finger towards the bloodline. Obviously, it could have been Jacob. And you know what I'm saying? Why not take everybody out who was on the team, right? Like
That was the only thing I could think of too. I'm like, well,
it
was
was
it
the only thing
somebody
that would
from
make
the
sense. But Drew makes sense because one, you're teaming with Punk and you're teaming with Roman. Come on now.
he don't like either one of them.
So
Yeah, that totally threw. Yeah, Jim, you're right about that one. I did not see. Like I said, the Claymore happened so fast that
so
I didn't even
fast.
know it happened. So about time about time I realized who it was, he was taking the hoodie off. It was already so I thought that was a good way to bring him back and put him in the mix because man, he's been hot the last year. So because as long as he keeps getting screwed,
It's the wrestler of the year.
he's gonna be one of the best characters in the company as long as he keeps getting screwed.
And
I
that's a
still
prime example. That's a prime example. He got to a point to where it's like I need something more from him. You were the main one saying it. I need something more from him.
and now
And
I love him. It was that feud with CM Punk.
yeah,
It was
he
it,
needed it.
no literally from WrestleMania on. I have liked Drew McIntyre, and like I said, up until then, the only thing that I've liked him for years was just his music. It was like every time I hear his entrance music, I'm like, this
Hard.
is some of the best music in the company, and
Yeah,
I
but once
hate
they
this.
once they stop forcing him to try to be the good guy, it was great.
It was great because I'm like, yeah, this music is hard. This character's hard. Like I said, there's been some things that he's done since then. I think him throwing the microphone at Pat McAfee when
Bro.
Pat. Listen, that might have been one of my favorite things that happened throughout the whole year. If I did a top 10 things that happened in the WWE throughout the year, it had to be Drew throwing the microphone at McAfee. He said, well, if you saw Punk's promo, he did mention McIntyre, made you did think a little bit. And you know what, Dave, you're exactly right because he did say Drew's name in that promo, but it just totally went over my head.
Over my
Like I
head
said,
too.
they so but you're absolutely right. He said his name in that promo, and I thought about it after it happened, but that's what they do to you. They make you totally forget about something because other shit's going on, and then bam, before you know it, there's a Claymore and he's standing up over top of Sammy.
Because at first you see Jay down, you're not instantly going to think about Drew. Because why is Drew going to attack Jay?
So do
You
we get
ain't
a yeah? So do we get a Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins versus Sammy and
Jay.
Jay? Maybe Saturday Night Main Event or Roman? Does he want some of Roman?
I guess we're gonna have to wait for SmackDown and see if anything
Because
develops.
like you said, he's gonna be on SmackDown. He's definitely showing
He
up.
has to. That mic did have a little scream on it.
One of my favorite things that happened the whole year, bro. If I did a top 10, maybe we will do a top 10. Maybe that's what we'll do, man.
To
Do
end
our
the year,
homework
right?
for the next show. We'll do our own little top 10 things that we liked throughout
Yeah,
the year. I'm gonna do
yeah.
my homework. We'll plan that for next week's show. But it's getting to that time. It's getting to that time, man. I think we did a lot of good wrapping up. Like I said, it was a different day of the week for us, but I think we recapped everything. Um, like I said, it's been some good wrestling. I can't wait to see what happens on SmackDown. I guess we'll recap SmackDown and Raw next week. Hopefully, we're on Tuesday night instead of Wednesday. We'll get that all figured out throughout the week. We'll put a post out there, let the whole world
Yeah,
know.
let's get something out there. I'm out to
And it's like
top 10. Yeah,
top
we're gonna have a top 10 moments.
10. Saturday night main event is all about Cody and Kevin. Ah, no, well, not exactly, bud.
I think it's
They
gonna
got
main
those
event.
championship
It's definitely
matches
gonna
that
main
night.
event, but it's gonna be a stacked card. It's gonna be a lot of storylines being pushed through there. What's worse,
Let's
snapping both? Ooh, ooh.
Vince blowing out both quads. Uh, I don't know. I don't want either one. I don't know. Maybe that. I don't know which one was worse. Both quads, because
I'll
he had
take
to
the.
just sit there like an idiot.
Oh, he did. He did.
But not what did how did they get Bronson out?
Listen, I don't know.
That's a good one because they helped Jimmy to the back. That is a good question. I don't know. I don't think I want either one of them, Jim. Now you got us thinking about it. I don't want any one of those injuries. I don't want a broken leg. Period. But yeah, it's that time. It's that time. I think we recapped everything. It was a great show. It's always great to have my man on here and talk some wrestling, especially if we ain't get to do about it as much as we want to throughout the week. So it's always great to hear your inputs.
Yeah, man. Hey, Dave. While you're watching, you're gonna have to sit in with us one night
Yeah, Dave.
and talk wrestling.
Yeah, Dave. Why don't you come in and talk wrestling with us? Both ankles blown out. Not a lot of stuff. Both ankles blown out for
That
reading.
is nasty, man.
Yeah.
Listen,
I couldn't imagine what that felt like. If everybody would stop for the world to see, would you please, if you're going to jump off a cage, please do not land on your feet. I have done this stunt before and I didn't break anything. And I didn't do it through a table. I landed flat. I think Jim was there for that. You guys better come get me on the show. Dave, we can't wait for you to be on the show.
You're
Um,
welcome. Let's
yeah,
go.
yeah, you're more than welcome. We'll figure out what day we're gonna for sure be on next week. How about you pop on with us next week? Jim, if you ever want to tune, we can tune in. We love all opinions of wrestling. Please tune in. We'll figure out how we can get everybody involved in this. We all can debate and tell our thoughts. So let's line that up, Dave. And let's figure out when the atomic drop is coming back. We miss everything here. We like talking wrestling every day. Ah,
Classic
classic
cage
cage
dive.
dive. Thanks, Jim. Appreciate you, my guy. um, we love talking wrestling. So yeah, let's line that up. Let's get Dave on the show. I I know Dave was a little bit irritated last week. Like I said, his LA Knight lost. Um, Tiffany Stratton didn't cash in. Uh, Tiffany Stratton didn't cash in, so I know Dave was on the edge of his
That's
seat
gonna be her
before game.
WrestleMania moment. I'm telling you,
I think she might wait till WrestleMania. I think it's gonna be her and Charlotte. Thanks, Jim. We appreciate it, my
Jim. We
guy.
appreciate you.
For real, for real. But yeah, we're gonna wrap it up for this evening. Like I said, thanks to everybody for tuning in. Eileen, Jim, Dave.
Dave.
We had another one pop in for our first time ever. Thanks for stopping in, my guy. Please, more than welcome. We'll be back next Tuesday, possibly Wednesday. We'll get it all figured out. Uh, Thanks to everybody that
Hopefully
helps
we'll
us
be
do the
hitting y'all
show.
with two soon.
Say it one more time.
I said hopefully we can hit them with two soon because there's so much wrestling to talk about.
There is so much wrestling to talk about. There's
That's why
everything.
we need the atomic drop back. Come on, guys.
Yeah, come on, guys. We're begging you. Bring it. Come back. Come back. We love the Atomic Drop show. He said. Dave said I was pissed. I know, Dave. I was trying to talk you down. I was trying to talk you out the nut ward there. I know you didn't like
Listen,
what was
I
going
feel
on.
you, Dave. That's my man, but
Yeah, there were some things we wanted to see, Dave, but there it's always for the greater good later on.
I think they need him in the main event scene. I think that's what we're gonna be seeing.
I think we will see that soon. So that might even make you even more pleased, Dave. Once you drop the mid card title, you're almost ready to climb that mountain. So maybe we'll start getting him more in a main event scene. Like I said, with his microphone skills, um, and he's the only one like him in the company. There's nobody like LA Knight. So he, there's better stuff coming in the future. I swear to. But yeah, we want to wrap it up. Like I said, thanks for everyone tuning in. Uh, we appreciate you taking this time out your evenings to just kick it and BS some mark out with us. That because that's what we do. We just sit here and mark out like little kids. I'm glad that we
That's
all
it.
can enjoy this thing called pro wrestling because it's an ongoing engine that just never stops and
Never.
it's always something to talk about and it's always everybody always has an opinion. That's what's so good about the sport of pro wrestling. Everybody has different opinion, but like I always say, we know everything about wrestling, but you know what? At the end of the day, we
We
don't know
know
shit.
nothing. We
We
ain't know
don't know
nothing at
shit.
all.
And once again, thanks for everyone tuning in. We're going to take it out of here now, and hopefully we catch you next week. And for all our sponsors and everyone, we appreciate you, and that we'll mark about it next week.